Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Zach, aka Keats39 here to give you another episode of the Starting Five. We're gonna jump right into this one. So starting off, team I really like and I hate to like is the Charlotte Hornets tonight. Honestly, I like all of their players against the Hawks here. Fastest, basically, I don't know if they're one or two right now, but basically fastest paced team in the league. And they don't play much defense, so typically always like going stacking guys against them. And first guy's a little scary to pick. Actually, both these guys are scary to pick, but I'm a big fan of both of them. First is LaMelo Ball. I haven't got to watch too much of the Hornets this year, obviously because they're just not a great team. But LaMelo Ball is a guy who's big on, for at least for fantasy. I don't know how good he is at defense. I doubt he's anywhere on the same level as Lonzo. But offensively, he smokes him. Very not maybe not he's not elite, but I'm a big fan of how he plays for fantasy basketball. Comes in at 6K, which is like, I think it could scare people off of him. He hasn't been popular at all in any game, even though he seems like he's like pretty much locked in for 30 minutes. It looks like they're, after the first few games where it looked like they were going to just like not play him much. Not the case the last three, or the last four, I guess, averaging basically 30 minutes a game. He's just a stat sheet stuffer. We know he wants to shoot too. Gets to get up against Trey Young, who, excuse me, he's going to have a massive height advantage. I think that both of them might honestly just go back and forth, just scoring on each other. And sign me up for that. LaMelo Ball in a fast-paced game, like he's even off the bench, he's going to be a threat for a triple-double on a lot of nights, especially in these high tempo. And next to him, I like PJ Washington a ton too. With no Cody Zeller, he's getting more minutes at the 5. His minutes have been inconsistent, but he's had really brutal matchups for playing the 5. Like Joel Embiid, his last two, got in foul trouble both those. He's seen Valanciunas. Dallas doesn't really matter much. But, yeah, so those guys have gotten him into foul trouble and really have taken away his minute ceiling. Don't see that being the case. Obviously, like he could get in foul trouble against John Collins, although he's not very much of a foul drawer. The only guy that really does that for them is Trey Young. And so I like his odds of staying out of foul trouble here. Really good point per minute guy. Like every time we've seen him get those high minutes, he's produced big games. Last game, I really liked what I saw from him. Rebounded well, shot pretty well. He passes well for a big guy too. So he hasn't also got to play much because of blowouts. So the combination of foul trouble and blowouts have really taken away his ceiling. And while the Hawks have a lot of good shooters, like they could blow them out if they're hitting. I don't see that being the case here. And I typically do like playing big guys against the Hawks. Maybe it's not the same as before with them having Clint Capella, but I'm not scared of him at all. I actually think that like a stretch guy like PJ Washington could give him a lot of problems. So really like both the Charlotte guys. So another guy that I don't know, he might be super chalk. He might not be very end at all. I haven't got to look at many projections, but Zion Williamson gets a matchup that's like so glorious. He already played OKC once, and he only played 17 minutes. Had some foul trouble. Just didn't overall play well. So maybe that'll drive some ownership off of him. But they literally have no person that can have a chance against him. Darius Bazley does not stand a chance. Al Horford does not stand a chance. He's kind of a hard guy to predict. You see some monster games. You see some really big duds. I just see this being a spot where like there's no way to contain him unless he gets in foul trouble. That's their only hope for him. You gotta so the problem with him is that he has to get his rebounding, or he really doesn't have much of a chance of value. He's not really passing as well as he did last year. But like I'd be surprised if he doesn't get 25 real points. So I'll take my chances of him getting the peripherals in this matchup. Go back to the other game. Clint Capella at the center position. Seems like they're pretty much locking him in like 30 to 32 minutes. You play guys against Charlotte just like you play guys against Atlanta. He's basically a lock for a double-double. Uh, I watched the game the other day, and it looked like they were literally conceding some of the rebounds to him, which I love to see. Um, yeah, maybe not great. I'll take that back. I actually do think he has some GPP upside. Like, you see that 16-16 game. He's a decent passer for a big. You'll see those 5 assist games sometimes. I think this is going to be more so for the fact that you think you get a decent defensive ceiling. Like, I think 2 blocks, 2 steals is very, very in play. And if he gets you that 12 and 12 with that, that's 40 DK points. And like, he's going to be probably a mid 7K player eventually. They're just very easily raising his price. Just think that he's really, really safe today. Going to that, I actually, my first build, I really like going the mid tier. Seems like maybe like Christian Wood gets ruled out. DeMarcus Cousins gives you some really, really, really good value, stuff like that. But first go around, I like this mid tier today. And finally, going back to a guy who I said I was really mad at playing last slate or 2 slates ago. But I still like the idea. Like, I think it was kind of a fluke last game. Is Colin Sexton. No Darius Garland, no Dante Exum. So backcourt guys are basically him and Demir Dotson. Jetty Osman, you'll see play some too. So that's like pretty much what you have to go by. Okoro comes back, but I don't think that's going to affect Sexton too much. He's going to play like 40 minutes. There's always blowout fear with Cleveland, especially with all these guys out. But like last game, 19 shots. He's going to get you close to 20 shots, if not more. He only had 2 assists last game, which is like the reason I played him is like, man, he's going to play point guard. He's going to have like a 5-assist floor. Was not the case, but I do think it is kind of fluky. Like, I think that there's just no way he doesn't get you more assists than that. The Magic are not very good defensively this year as they've been in years past. I just think that he's going to have to handle the ball a ton. Like, they might play through Andre Drummond some, but I just think that how Cleveland plays, like, Sexton's going to have the ball in his hands a ton. Magic might try to trap him because he's literally their only option, but I'll take my odds in this one. I think that we see more of an assist game, and we already know what he can do scoring the ball. So, yeah, that's going to about do it for this episode. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Looking to stay hot. Had a couple really good slates in a row, so can't wait for tonight again. Later.